Alright guys, there was no trade today, as you can see here on the account summary. There was no trade. And I'm going to go over what I was watching and kind of like how the first trade idea I was trying to take on my laptop here that I got. I was outside walking my dog and I was on my laptop and I was trying to trade this right here. I was trying to trade off of this 1 minute Sibi off of NQ, but we never got filled. I even have the video of when we were about to take it, this right here. And as soon as this candle came up and we just failed to reject, I closed the order, but eventually we would have got filled. We would have probably had our take profit hit, and then we would have just called it maybe a day there. Over the bias and what I was watching, I was really just bullish throughout the whole day, mainly because of the 4 hour imbalance. But I just didn't know when the confirmation was gonna come. We had this like super engulfing bar candle, just boom, bump up, go to the moon, and then we just never really came back down there. But yeah, let's go over the hard time from bias. Everything flushed overnight because of the tariffs, Trump, all that. If you don't know, go to X, and you're gonna see all the news you need to get from there. That's kind of my news source. Here we had this massive new week opening gap, and then we had this inversion for value, which we are tapping up into. And then on the 1H, we also had this nice 1 hour bias and imbalance. And then on YM we had a 15-minute CRT. I'm gonna go over that right now. We also had this new week opening gap. I know it doesn't, but it is. I went to the 1 minute, marked it out, but we were aiming for the consequent encroachment. But after we seen this right here not form and we were sweeping the highs on the 30 minute, after I seen the 30-minute sweep both sides, I was kind of a little bit iffy. Like we swept this one up here and then we closed back below, and then we opened up, we swept this low down here, and we reached into the 4 hour PDRA. That's kind of where I was like trying to step away, because like the bias wasn't determined yet. And so the bias wasn't determined yet, and I was like a little bit iffy. And then on the 15-minute time frame, once we closed below and we had a bearish order block form here and there, a lot, I was like, all right, maybe we do look a little bit more bearish. But once we came and we started to reject off of that and we just moved up higher, it was instantaneous that the market was just going to continue to the upside. It was how strong the momentum was, especially on the 5 minute inversion. I was going to try to trade this, but there was no ideal area to even like enter off of. So yeah, once this formed, I was like, all right, yeah, this is probably won't find a trade idea. And that's kind of what happened today. We just did not find anything, which is, I'm cool with that. Monday, it's forming. I think Monday does form, or Sunday forms low of week, unless we start to have some like bearish momentum. But as of right now, it looks really, really bullish. Yeah, we're just refilling everything up, respecting the 4 hour PDRA. Maybe we do start to move up higher. And then once we start reaching for this, we start to chop around, start to, drop. All right, for YM, we also had this right here form. This was so nice. I just wasn't able to see it though on time because I was mainly focusing on NQ. Then on the 3 minute, we don't really have much on the 3 minute, but on the 1 minute, you don't also either. The best bet would have probably been the 2 minute, if I'm being truly honest. Once you see this right here form on the 2 minute, this fair value gap, like it's inverse, you can probably take that if you want. But again, these are just like way too high of a stop loss. If you take the trade right there, your stop's going to be all the way down here, and not even this is barely a 1-to-1, so it isn't really ideal with the stop loss placement, and you don't know how high it's going to go. Some people are like, oh, it's going to go up there. We already anticipated it's going up there, bro. Like, when the market's sweeping both sides, you really don't know which side is next. Of course the opposing side is likely to be next since you swept the other side. You just don't know how far and how fast it's going to go and get there, especially with how volatile the news was. And that's another thing. We had news at 10 o'clock, so I was waiting for that to come out. And then after, I was looking to trade, and then pretty much this was your little dip, and then everything just started to pump up. So it's pretty much really it. Nothing really too spectacular. We didn't have much SMT here other than these lows right here for ES and NQ, and that was pretty much really it. After that, the market really just started to gyrate around. I was looking to trade a 1 minute inversion here, but I stopped myself because it just wasn't ideal. I was just getting emotional, honestly. I was gonna try to take it on a 1 NQ contract, and I realized, I stopped myself. I was like, all right, this is not worth it. This is clearly not worth it, bro. Like, the risk to reward is not worth it. Like, you aim for this high, stops down here. Like, it's just not worth it, So it was on ES. So yeah, it was on ES. I told myself it was not worth it, bro. Like, this right here is not worth it, especially with how the market was moving. This trade idea to me is not worth it, especially on ES, bro. Like, NQ would have been better. Like, it does not have any highs you can reach. This is gonna be like a 1. It's like a negative R, basically 0.5. Just being emotional, impatient, not waiting for your setup, your model. I have been studying, have been on Notion, and that's kind of like one thing that has taught me is like just like constantly reviewing the market, and like on the laptop when I'm at, anywhere, like I can be anywhere around my house, or someone can be operating my computer, like, someone else using it. I can still be working, so that's the little key thing about having this laptop here. Is clutch. I won't lie to you. It's game changing. It's clutch. It wasn't too expensive, it's a cheap little laptop, but mainly I just use it for work, and I'm able to review my trades as soon as I wake up or before I go to sleep, or just certain things like that. I'm able to constantly keep working no matter where I'm at, and that's kind of what I like. That's kind of what I needed. I feel like, yeah, I'm also reviewing the market. I was reviewing the market, if we do come back down, I probably will have a trade idea formed, especially with this 1 hour PD array. This 1 hour forms this right here, and then we form some form of 15-minute CRT. I'll probably look to trade. I'm not too sure, but it's going to be during lunch, and I really don't know if I want to be trading lunch. Probably after. I'll look to trade some form of a continuation for PM session if we do get that, but if not, then that's fine with me. We also have 1 hour CRT formed here, so it's looking nice. I won't lie, but I just don't want to get the possibility of it going there and eventually not living up to the expectation. So I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious, and I'm gonna be a little bit more wary. But if we do come back down and we start to move up higher, that's kind of where the trade idea is gonna be looking to form around here. Even though we're still not really inside of a discount, I'll still take it, especially since if we're moving into a premium, or if we have SMT anywhere, I'll look to trade that pair that is giving the stronger asset in correlation, so I'll take that. But as of right now, I really don't see anything that I really would want to trade unless we reach back up into here, and that's not even guaranteed. Sometimes we leave these unfilled, especially with how bullish we are. It's a possibility that this can be left unfilled. Same thing for crypto. Really, just it dropped, it had a liquidity flush, and now it's pumping back up. And I'm gonna make a video on that for the Telegram right now. So yeah.